Sunday, March 29th, Chicago, Illinois. Felix Okpara wears the Tennessee jersey for the last time after the Elite Eight loss in March Madness. Your textbook definition of a Vol, his journey has not been easy. Kids in America dream about playing on a March Madness court, but less than 1% of high school athletes will ever touch that floor. In a village in Lagos, Nigeria, 14-year-old Felix Okpara had almost no odds. But in comes the Levitts.
We got lucky.
Just a typical Chattanooga, Tennessee family, consisting of Brittany and Adam, their oldest daughter Avery, son Reed, and youngest daughter Copeland. They decided to become a host home for a child, but that wasn't always the plan.
Our first intentions were we wanted to go out into the mission world, but then Copeland was in kindergarten, and so she couldn't travel with us out into another country because you had to be a certain age. And so we were like, let's bring someone into our family. Felix was the picture that we received, and he was 14 at the time, and we were just like, this seems like a great mix.
Felix, barely knowing anything about basketball at the time, got on a flight, left everything and everyone he knew, and walked into a home filled with strangers, not knowing how long he would be there. He joined his new high school's basketball team and learned to play from no experience. But it was clear, he had the game. 1 year later, Felix's oldest brother David left Nigeria to follow the same dream.
So David, the oldest brother, was in Atlanta and not in a very good situation, and Felix was with us. We had to figure out, we wanted to do what was best for Felix and David being here in America.
That's when the Levitts started working to bring David into their home to be with his brother. But when it rains, it pours. The Levitts got a call that the host family in Atlanta planned to take Felix to their home.
When we got the call that they were coming that night to take him away, Felix was adamant that he was not going to leave our house.
Once Felix said he wanted to stay with us, it was, he was our kid at that point, so we did whatever we had to do to make sure he wasn't going to get, taken.
And when everything seemed to be falling apart, it was actually falling right into place.
I kind of hit my rock bottom, and I went into my closet and I just finally prayed and said, Lord, your will be done. Like, whatever is supposed to happen with Felix and his brothers and our family, if he has to go to Atlanta, he will know he always has our support. And then the next morning, literally everything just started went into play. The parents sent forms over. We got the legal documents stating that we had custody. Our court date wasn't supposed to be until March. Well, if it would have been in March, then David wouldn't have been adopted because he turned 18 on January 9th. They moved our court date to January 4th, which they said they never do. Felix was adopted on January 4th, 2020. It was the day that we adopted David and Felix.
And what's better than 2? 3. Kennedy Okpara came to the U.S. as well to be with his brothers and was also adopted by the Levitts. What began as a temporary house of 6 became a home of 8.
When we got into it, we weren't expecting to have 3 more kids, and God just blessed us.
I can't imagine my life without them, and it's definitely way more fun having them.
Felix came to Tennessee from Ohio State his junior year and just finished his senior season with the Vols. Helping them get to 2 Elite Eights, he made the All-SEC defensive team along with becoming Tennessee's career leader in NCAA tournament blocks.
I didn't even know I was going to take basketball serious. It was just something I thought I had to do, because of the school I went to. Just looking back at, where I came from, and, the amount of work I put in, I'm just excited to be here.
Felix hasn't seen his parents since he was 14 back in 2018, but they were still his biggest fans.
They watch the games, and they are great people, and so we hope that one day we'll all get to be together somewhere as celebrating.
Looking back at the chaos that Felix and the Levitts went through, they owe their luck to one thing.
We just knew that God was in it, and he was going to do what was best, and if something bad happened, we knew that would be part of the plan too. And I don't think you ever regret being obedient to God.
From that day, I've never worried a day in my life. I mean, throughout the ups and downs, through this tournament, through his injuries, through the basketball ups and downs, I've always told Felix, you're destined to do great things and you're here for a reason. And so we truly believe it with all our hearts for whatever the Lord has next for him.
Felix knows he looks kind of quiet and intimidating, but he's got heart, and he was the heart of this Tennessee team.
I know how much Fee gave for this program, all those hours people didn't see. 'Cause, I mean, Fee is the definition of what it's like to be a VFL.
That's what I appreciate about Felix, is even though he wants to appear all nonchalant, he's actually just a sweet cuddly bear.
A lot of people look at me from the outside, they think, I got a meanie, I think I'm a meanie, but really I'm just a nice, soft guy, and a great guy to be around.
Miracle by miracle, Felix defied the odds. Felix gave his all for Tennessee.
Dear Fee, I hope you know what the impact you've made for us since you've been here. One of the way you've grown in so many different ways, it's unbelievable.
From Vol Nation, thank you, Felix Okpara. In Chicago, Alexi Cowan, TVC.